As I mentioned in the last video on hair transplant in Mumbai, the patient we showed during the consultation and the procedure, the same patient's case is being presented today. His hair transplant result at a clinic in Mumbai. A patient with grade 5 male pattern baldness who is 54 years old. So since his donor area was not very lush, there was some degree of miniaturization in his scalp donor. The graft yield was not much. We could harvest only 2,500 scalp grafts, 2,500 ANAGEN scalp grafts from the safe area of his scalp donor. So this was planted along the hairline, temple points and frontal area. And you can see this early result at 6 months after the hair transplant. Since the patient's baldness is still progressing and the condition of the donor area is not too healthy, he was advised to be on FINASTERIDE even after 6 months. For 6 months he took 1 milligram a day, and now we are thinking of tapering off his medication. Tapering it off over the next 6 months to 0.5 milligram FINASTERIDE every other day. So this is a result after 6 months of his hair transplant. You can see the natural looking result and a happy patient. The scalp donor has not been ravaged. It can still be used for a second hair transplant for the crown area if the patient so requires. So as I keep pointing and underlining, the treatment of hair loss and baldness of androgenetic alopecia is a complex of management through surgical hair restoration and medical treatment, because mostly baldness is ever progressive. And if we do not cater for future hair loss progression, if we have ravaged or over-harvested the scalp donor in the first session itself and lost a lot of grafts in the donor area, future goals and objectives of the patient will not be met. Most patients unfortunately do not know this, so it is the duty of the doctor to inform the patient about how his baldness will progress and what are the treatments needed to keep his head full of hair for a longer period of time. Hair transplant is not a one-time procedure. Most patients undergo 2 to 3 hair transplants in their lifetime. So it is very important to continue to have a healthy scalp donor. Like in this patient, you can see the scalp donor is not over-harvested. You can barely make out the grafts that have been harvested. There are minimal scars left. So as I always say, if you have progressive baldness and a donor area which is not very lush, and especially if it is miniaturizing, getting a hair transplant done without the cover of FINASTERIDE is not in your interest. Might as well abstain from a hair transplant rather than get disappointed in future. So that is the message I want to deliver with this case as well, like I do in most other cases. If you like this video, do let me know. And if you have any other questions about this patient or hair loss and hair transplant, do leave a question in the comment section below. In the next video, we will discuss testimonials from celebrities from Bollywood and their hair transplant results in Mumbai. Till then, have a nice day and God bless you.